What's up everyone, it's that Math Magician, and on this video we are taking a look at functions and we want to see, can we evaluate an input for a given function? And we got kind of a complicated one up there. There are two x values, but I think we can handle it because all we have to do is take what the input is, put it into the equation, figure out our output. So let's do that right here. Our first input is 81. Our function is f of x, and f of x equals the square root of x, then plus x. So we have to substitute 81 in twice for those x values. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to start to write out this equation, but instead of writing x, now I'm going to plug in or put in or substitute in our values for x, right? I'm not going to write in x anymore. We know for this problem that x is 81. So now x becomes 81. Now notice that this square root bar does not go over the entire expression. I want to show you the difference. If it went over the entire expression like that, then first we would need to add 81 plus 81. But it doesn't do that. The radical is not over the whole expression, so we first have to take care of the square root of 81. And to find the square root of 81, well, that is just figuring out what number times itself gives us 81. And that number is 9. 9 times 9 gives us 81. So that is why the square root of 81 becomes a 9. Now don't forget, we also have that plus 81 on the outside. Our final step here is, what's 9 plus 81? It ends up equaling 90. So when our input is 81 and we put it into our function, the output ends up equaling 90. That is how we attack functions, okay? We figure out what that input is. Our x here was 81. We change those x variables to be 81 in the equation, and then we just solve. We simplify. We go line by line. Just look for little things that you know. The square root of 81 is 9. 9 plus 81 is 90. Then we're done. All right, we're going to do the same thing now with -4. We're going to do it one more time, but this time we have a new input. Now x equals -4. So again, we're going to rewrite that equation, the square root of x plus x. But now x is -4, so we put in its place -4. Now notice I got this plus and minus thing happening. Sometimes when that happens, I put parentheses around just so we don't get confused. Okay, but we have the square root of -4 plus a -4. Now wait a minute. You're going to start to solve this out, right? You're going to go, okay, well, what's the square root of -4? I know some of you out there might be thinking it's -2, but no, it is not. Think about this. -2 times -2 actually ends up giving you a +4. A negative times a negative gives you a positive. So the square root of -4 is not -2. It's actually impossible. We cannot take the square root of a negative number, because two numbers, when you multiply them, if they're both negative or if they're both positive, it'll never end up being negative. It just won't happen. So this problem is actually not possible. And sometimes this might happen. And if it happens, all you have to do is write no solution or no answer or not possible. All of those work out. But because of the fact that we have a square root of a negative number, it doesn't work. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you throw in an input into your function and the function breaks and there is no output. But that's okay. But be very careful. The answer here is not 0. No. 0 is an output. It is a number. Here the answer is no solution. Alrighty. So before we end this video, what I'd like you guys to do is to first not pause it right now, but I want you to try one on your own. See if you can figure out the solution to this new input, and then go ahead and type in your answer for its output in the comments below. I'd love to see if you guys can do this problem on your own and hopefully get the right answer. And I'll go ahead and like all of the answers that are correct, so you'll know if you got it right or wrong. All right, here is the input I want you to try. I want to see, can you find what our output is when our input is 64? There you go. That's your task. Pause the video, see if you can solve it, then go ahead and type your answer out in the comments below. All right, everyone, it's that Math Magician, and I'll see you on the next video.